Welcome back. We're here at Osborne's Marine in Sunapee, and joining me now is Barbara Sullivan. She is with the Project Sunapee Group. Welcome.
Thank you.
This is your busy time, isn't it?
Very busy time.
Super.
Everything starts up in May.
Yes. Well, tell us a little bit what Project Sunapee does.
Project Sunapee, we're about 5 years old, and what we do is we attempt to bring the community together in fun ways and with fun activities, and also as a service organization we reach out to the schools and various community groups to sort of shore up what's already been begun and make it better. We've found that a lot of organizations charge in and have a lot of great ideas, and oftentimes it's not what's needed. The people on the front lines know what's needed.
Yes.
So we go in and say, what are you doing? How could we make this special?
Yes.
More special than it already is. And that formula is working really well for us.
Yes, that's wonderful. Well, good. And you were a big part of the covered bridges, or the covered bridge, I should say.
The organization was formed not very long when that just came out of nowhere, and we were not prepared initially to take on such a huge project. But that's a great example of how a nonprofit functions. It's so much better when you have that kind of an organization able to take donations and get a project finished rather than go through the town, you know, with all the regulations and everything and the waiting that happens. So it was a perfect marriage, and I think that gave us tremendous courage because that was a huge undertaking.
Oh, it was. Yeah. And then it was just sitting there for you to do, right? You had barely gotten started, and there it was.
We had, you know, Brent Stocker was just a huge part of that, and we had great support from the town, and they're very happy to have it now.
Oh, so, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
yes.
it's wonderful.
Talk a little bit about some of the events that you have throughout the year.
Well, the first event we had was called Sitting Pretty, and that was over in Newport at the Car Museum.
Yes.
And that night, I think, our mission came into focus because we looked out at that crowd and we had every facet of the Sunapee population, which, as you can imagine, is varied.
It is.
Some people don't
we
come
love it here.
Yeah, well, and this is such a loved community.
It is.
So how can we come together to celebrate our town? And basically, how do we find one another? Because especially in the wintertime, there aren't a lot of places where we can rub shoulders with our neighbors.
It's true, so particularly after the winter we just went through.
Right.
Yes.
So we are working on the social culture and also protecting things that need protecting. And we work with the schools ongoing. An example of what we do is this Flash Bash event that's coming up where it's opening right now. It'll be available to be seen on the 23rd and 24th from 12 to 4.
And where is that?
It's at the Harbor House Livery.
Okay.
Yep. And we reach out to the students to look on their cell phones and pick their favorite photos. They send them to us digitally. We print them out and mount them. And then they come to the show. And for many, it's the first time they've actually seen a print of a photo.
Right, it's so true.
And I do think from their reactions that we are awakening new photographers, you know, who will take an interest in this. And this year, we've invited professionals and amateur people to participate. So it's going to be fun.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Halloween is a huge part of what we do. We have hundreds and hundreds of people come every year to that, and that is an extension of something that's been done on Central Street for years, the trick-or-treating. So they sort of made Sunapee famous for Halloween, and we just took it one step further.
Wonderful.
So,
Good, so something all the time. You've got an active website, and that's the best way.
Right. Riverfest is that's the summer thing that we do. It changes every year. For instance, this year we're going to have a square dance on August 8th. And then our major event this year is Beyond the Garden Gate.
Oh, nice.
That is on the, oh my goodness, I'm going to make sure I give you the right date.
You have too many things to report.
July 18th.
Okay, Beyond the Garden Gate. And what is that?
And that is a house and garden tour of Sunapee.
Oh, nice.
That is going to be a wonderful day.
Yes, it will be.
So don't miss that. And we do have a calendar. We just sent out a newsletter.
Yes.
And that'll be in the shopper and, you know, advertised through the summer.
But your website is excellent too.
Yes.
I've got a lot of information for this interview. We've got that up on the screen. And that's the best way to keep track of what's going on, dates, times, and locations.
That's right. The important message is that we're always reaching out to people. We have a small board, but our mission is to match up skills and resources that are in our community and put them to work with the right kind of need. So
great message,
yeah.
Barbara. Well,
Okay.
good. Well, anyone can contact you or the other people in the organization
Yes,
if they
you
want more
just-
information
you
to volunteer.
You send an email to info@projectsunapee.com.
Wonderful. Best wishes for a great summer. Thanks for keeping
Thank
Sunapee a
you.
great place.
Okay.
Take care.
Okay.